All right. Hello, everybody. How are all y'all doing today?
Hello.
OBS is being weird. Give me a minute. There we go. Okay. So here we are. We're doing a watch along of the 2024 Indie Game Awards today. I
Yay.
am super excited for this. My whole thing is indie games, and I want to see them celebrated in an environment that's meant for them, where they won't be overshadowed by stuff that has a huge team and a huge budget. So I am super excited.
I'm very excited too. I'm very.
Yeah, I have got the list of nominees pulled up here. If we want to take a look at them while we're waiting for the actual show to start in about a minute, so. First off, we have Best Debut Game, which is a game that has which is a game from a studio's first commercial launch. And so for the nominees, we have Arranger, Little Guardsman, Little Kitty Big City, Lottle Knot, Mullet Madjack, and Wordless. Or Worldless, sorry. I have not actually played any of these yet, although a couple of them have been on my list for a minute. Oh yeah, it is adorable. Uh, for notable achievement in accessibility, for a game that prioritizes inclusivity, there is Another Crab's Treasure by AgroCrab. This is not one I've streamed, but it is one I've tried out myself. And it has a lot of really cool accessibility features, so I'm glad to see that nominated. Elsie, Periphery Synthetic, Pine Hearts, SteamWorld Heist 2, and Surmount, a mountain climbing adventure. I have not actually heard of a lot of these. I've heard of Surmount and I've heard of Pine Hearts, but the other ones definitely sound cool, like something I want to try out. Yeah, I mean, I certainly hope they will. Give me half a second. I forgot to do my promo posts. Is it starting? Oh, yep, it's starting. Let me switch my stream over to the right window then. Window capture 4 is off. Window capture 2 is on. Not that one. Window capture. Nope, wrong one. Come on, man. Why are you not? That's my Twitter. Come on, man. I think that should work now. Nope, that's still the wrong tab. That one? It's that one. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, that's whenever I click off the tab, I think. Wait, is it fixed now? Okay. I can do the post on my phone then. Hello. Okay, I need my Twitch link. Oh, it's muted. Oh, no.
Each game can be nominated for only one general category.
Okay, there
This
we
rule
go.
does
Now
not
it should be
apply to the
unmuted.
community management, industry impact, and game of the year categories. For a detailed rundown of eligibility and how our nominees were selected,
Mouse
head to
too?
the link at the bottom
Mouse should
of the
be...
screen.
Mouse should be
Remember, tonight is a
hearable.
celebration. There's a reason
Although
you're
I
not
don't
going to
think
hear
he's
the
talking at
word
the moment.
winner tossed around tonight.
Oh, no,
If
that
your
was
favorite
my
game
fault.
doesn't
That was my
receive an
fault.
award, wasn't
Oh,
nominated,
okay.
that's
I didn't
okay.
blow my
There are
nose.
a lot of games out there. We encourage you to
But yeah.
champion all of them in a positive light and continue supporting the
Oh,
developers.
you're really
A great way
quiet,
to
that's
start
why.
Is head to the official IG's Steam event, where you can find
There we
all
go.
of
Now you
tonight's
should be
nominees,
roughly the
presenters,
same volume as
partners,
I
and
am.
so many more indies from this past year.
And with that, it's time for us to get the hell out of the devs' way and start the evening.
All
Our
right.
first presenters launched their debut game last year and gave everyone a little case of sea
I
madness.
have not actually... I don't think I've played any of these yet, but I am really excited for...
Hi, we're Black Salt Games, developers of Dredge.
Oh,
Our
Dredge. I
festival
have played this one,
celebrates
actually.
A handful of the games that introduced a new generation of voices to the indie scene.
Stepping into game development full time requires
Okay.
not just creativity,
I need
but
my
immense
YouTube
courage
link
and
as well.
dedication. Taking that leap is daunting, especially in the current state of the industry.
Here are the nominees for debut game. Arranger by Furniture and Mattress LLC.
I don't think I've actually played any of these ones on the list for debut game.
Little Guardsman
Maybe?
by Hilltop Games.
Little Guardsman is one of the ones that I definitely... It's on my list.
Little Kitty Big City by Double Dagger Studio.
Oh, look at him go.
This is another one that's on my list as well that I haven't actually gotten around to playing.
Vogelnot by Moon
He
Lagoon.
looks way too cute. Oh, this is so
Mullet Mad Jack by Hammer 95.
Oh, that looks cool. That looks like something you would enjoy, Mouse.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely one I'm gonna try.
Worldless by No Name Studios.
Oh, that looks incredible. I love the style of that. I'm probably only going to have played half the stuff nominated here, maybe less than half, considering everything can only be
And the
nominated
Indie
for
Game
one.
Award
But
goes to Little Kitty Big City by Double Dagger
Go,
Studios.
kitty.
woo!
You know what? It's hard.
For a studio that
Again,
set
we
a
haven't played
high
any of these
standard
games.
right from the start, that's a high bar.
This must
Thank
be-
Oh, look at all the cats!
I'm Matt Wood. I'm the creator of Double Dagger Studio.
That's the dream
We
right there.
created
If I wasn't so
Little Kitty
allergic.
And oh my gosh, guys. And I and everyone on the team are so honored to be receiving this award. We're so excited. Oh my gosh. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Thank you so much for recognizing Little Kitty. Little Kitty began as a project between myself and my kids, just to teach them how to program. And
Oh.
it blossomed from there to what you guys see today. I've worked on a lot of games, but this is the first game that I've worked on where people regularly send me messages telling me how much the game has positively impacted their life or made things
Woo!
better for them. And
This one, I guess I've got to play this one now.
That sounds even sweeter.
Good.
It already looked very
we
sweet.
set out to
That's
create
a sweet
something
story.
that would bring people joy, would create connections, would allow people to just relax and de-stress.
Oh, Mouse, thank you for posting in the
And
self-promo
it's really
channels.
touching and
Yeah, no worries.
amazing
I'm
to
doing the
know
rounds right now.
This has helped people.
Mm-hmm. I'll take care of the servers that I'm in that you're not, then.
I want to thank my
All
three
right, sounds
kids
good.
and my wonderful wife, because without any of them, none of this would have been possible. I want to thank my amazing team, Micah, Pip, Mike, Steve, Val, Corey, Kane, Daphne, Juliana, Alexandra, Coastafy, Shan, Riley, Oscar, Gemma, Lucy, Zimaraski, Laidlaw, Nicholas, Tom, Arsenio, and everyone else that ever made the game what it is today. I want to thank Wholesome Games
Hooray for
because
those
without
dudes.
them,
Woo.
the game wouldn't have had its first initial jettison into the public eye. I want to thank all the wonderful people at Nintendo and Microsoft. I want to thank our Discord and Reddit moderators, 22 Century Toys, A Shell in the Pit, local heroes, and all the hardworking localizers, IOI Gamer, Pop Agenda for everything, but most of all, just for being wonderful people, all of our playtesters, and thank you to the fans for following Kitty's progress and all the encouragement and support. It means so much to us. But most of all, I want to thank the cats who make our lives better
Yes,
every
the
day.
cats.
The cats.
Go love your
The
kitties.
cats are the real hero here.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, they probably provided a lot of research for the game, especially that. Did you see that really cool cat playground thing they had in the background?
Oh
Games are
yeah,
meant to be
that's
played
cool.
by everyone, so please welcome one of the fantastic folks who's actively working towards making that the standard for our industry.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is one that you're very interested in, right?
Hi,
Yeah.
my name's Jobs, and I'm a community manager at
Well,
Raw Fury.
I
But when I'm
believe
not
that
doing that,
games
you
should
can
be
find me
available to
consulting on
everyone,
accessibility
and
in
so
our
it's really
industry,
cool to see
both in the
more
games we make
accessibility
and
features being a
behind the
thing.
scenes. Making our industry more accessible for neurodiverse and disabled developers and players
And,
is
Raw
the thing
Fury
that I am
especially
most passionate about. So it was
Is
a
Raw Fury is
genuine honor when I was asked to
an indie
present this
publisher,
year's notable
and they
achievement
help
in
promote a lot
accessibility
of
award.
games with cool
As you'll see
accessibility
through tonight's
features.
ceremony, gaming has the power to bring people together, to
That
tell
is very
stories
cool.
and create entire worlds. But that's most impactful when everybody can experience it. Our next category honours the developers who have made accessibility a priority, ensuring their game is playable to everybody regardless of ability. These developers have shown exceptional thought.
Again, I've only
empathy,
played a
and
couple
deep
of the ones
understanding of the diverse
in this
needs of the
category.
gaming
Well, I've played
community
one
as
or
a
two,
whole.
I think, actually.
Here are the nominees for notable achievement in accessibility. Another Crab's Treasure by Aggro Crab.
This one does have a ton of cool accessibility features to it.
Elsie
wish they
by
would
Night
tell
Shift
us.
Games.
I do wish they would talk a little. Well, I'm assuming the winner will get to talk more about.
Periphery Synthetic by Shift Back Tick.
Oh, that
That
looks
one looks like
cool.
Oh, is that the game? Oh my god.
Pine Hearts by Hyperluminal Games.
Oh, that's very cute. Oh,
SteamWorld Heist 2 by Thunderfall Development. Surmount, a mountain climbing adventure.
This one I've
by
heard of,
Just
although
Opera
again I
and
haven't
Indiana
played it yet.
Jones.
yeah, this one got nominated for the last one as well, right?
No,
Oh, it didn't?
that was for this category. I think
Oh,
each
must
game
have
can
seen
only
the
be
intro.
nominated
And
for
the
one
Indie Game
thing in
Award
order to
goes
try and.
to Another Crab's Treasure
That's
by
fair,
Aggro
yeah.
Crab.
So nobody sweeps.
Yeah, this is. Well, I mean, I haven't played any of the others, so I can't really comment, but this is what I was hoping would
If
win.
you're seeing this, it means
Oh,
we
excellent.
won. So thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you to the IGA. This is such an incredible honor to receive the
Congratulations.
inaugural
Woo!
IGA in such an important category, which is achievement and accessibility. Hey, I'm Nick. I'm the studio head at AgroCrab, and for us, when designing Another Crab's Treasure, accessibility was always something we had in mind. You know, this game is inspired by a genre and a type of game that is notorious for its difficulty, and even sometimes its crypticness and unapproachability by design, right? But, you know, for us, that's where we said, this is an
Yeah,
opportunity.
I mean, there are a lot of
to
games that are
introduce
unapproachable
new
by
players to
design.
this type of
Souls-likes
game that we love
especially,
so
but
much.
there's a lot of
So when designing Another Crab's
games that are
Treasure,
unapproachable by
every
design,
step
which
of the way,
I can't really
we
say I agree
designed
with,
it
but
with the intent of letting anyone play it. And to me, accessibility just means,
That's very.
you know,
it's a tricky thing.
as,
right?
how can we get
Yeah.
as many people as possible to enjoy?
it can be
this
a little
game we made?
complicated.
Why would you want anything else as a game developer?
And
So
especially
thank
in
you so
games with where
But hey,
a big part of the premise
We know
is
why
challenge.
we really won.
Yes.
But
We gave
you
Krill a
can
gun.
you can have games with
And the gun lets you kill any enemy in one hit. And you can enable the gun in the accessibility menu.
The gun
And you
lets
can play with the
kill.
gun the whole game. And that's the
That
game.
fucking crab in the background.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good idea. And
honestly
I
best way to do
appreciate
accessibility is
the,
just here you go.
Accessibility advocates that
Take-
we talked to
take this
all
gun.
all, for co-signing this idea and not making me feel like an asshole
actually
for
not
doing it.
even wrong.
Uh,
Sometimes.
And you know, I think what this
Well,
speaks
I've
to
seen
is
games that have
really just the idea that
challenge as part of the
accessibility
premise
should be fun.
with
It shouldn't just be an afterthought.
with cool accessibility
It could be
features. This
something
being one of them.
that is fun in and of itself,
Another one that
because
comes to
that's,
mind is
again,
Celeste,
what games are all about.
where it encourages you to play it in its base
so
form
yeah,
as
I
much
just
as you
wanna
can,
take this opportunity
but it
to
also
say
has a whole bunch of
thank you
other
to
things
my
that are
co-founder,
meant
Kaylin,
for
and
accessibility
everyone on our
and
team,
for people who
just
want
did
to
an
experience the
amazing
story
job
but can't
making
necessarily
such a big and
do the
impressive
platforming.
game at the small indie studio
that
that
is
we
really,
have.
really nice.
I want to thank our partners who helped us
Another
do
one
the
I kinda
incredible
think
feat
it's
of
probably,
self-publishing an indie
not-
game.
it's still
So
not very
Kowloon Knights,
accessible, but
Pop Agenda,
it's
Play
very
Everywhere,
interesting
Local
seeing
Heroes, Locket QA.
like
Thank you guys.
the Toho series.
I want to shout out and thank
Try to
everyone
be
else
more
in this
accessible
category.
to like new
All your
players and people who aren't
achievements
good at the
are
games.
pushing the medium forward
Yeah.
and helping
By adding
accessibility
like
as a whole.
really like they
Thank
didn't
you.
make
I
the
wanna thank my
games
mom and dad,
easier or
and
anything like
everyone
that, but
on
they
teams,
added
moms
really
and dads,
in-depth
and
practice
your mom
modes and
dad,
stuff to let
and you,
people
the gamer,
really like
for spending
you know,
$30.
Yeah, exactly.
in
try and get
getting
yeah
Dark
like stuff like that is very
Souls
very
in return.
cool.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So yay, congratulations, another crab.
Congratulations!
Wow, okay, yeah, this does look really fun.
Yeah, I
I
know.
love
is.
3D
Different
platforms.
colour. Someone let PT loose with the crayons. Anyway, whilst we're on the subject of accessibility, it's my pleasure to introduce you an individual who's building a new discovery platform that's focused
Ooh.
entirely on gamers with disabilities. To tell us more about it, please welcome Arman Nabari.
Ooh,
That's a cool
okay.
concept.
Play a game. That's the
Mhm.
question that started this whole project. Currently, it's really hard for gamers with disabilities to find games that support their needs. It ultimately comes
Oh yeah,
down to
are
a
my
lot
audio
of
levels
manual
okay now?
research.
I think my audio
That's
levels should be
hours upon
fine now.
Hours of trying to use search engines, looking at different reviews to discern whether or not a game supports someone's needs. And sometimes for certain needs, like content triggers or different forms of accessibility.
Could you say something again, Melody?
Don't know unless
Sorry?
you're also willing
Yeah,
to
I think-
potentially get
Oh.
spoiled
I think
for
my
a
audio
game's
levels
perfect.
should be fine now.
So we wanted to make
They
a
are good. Yeah, I just wanted to
spoiler-free,
double check
accessible,
Okay.
fast
on your
way
stream.
to find out,
They are
does
good.
a game
Cool.
meet my accessibility
Sweet.
needs? My name is Arman Nobari. I founded a studio called Good Trouble, and we're making a new way to discover accessible games called Able to Play. Able to Play is a website where gamers can discover games.
Yeah, this is
based on
actually
their
such a good
personal
idea.
accessibility needs.
Honestly, yeah.
It's super easy
I'm
to
not-
find a game on Able
well,
to Play. You add your
I'm not.
needs and
I don't
preferences
usually
to your
use accessibility
profile. It's
features,
completely private and secure.
but
And
like,
then when you browse
I'm sure I've
games,
mentioned
you'll get
before
a
that I get like
personalized
pain in my
accessibility
hands
score on every game
Yes.
from
that
gaming,
shows you
so
exactly how well it meets your specific needs and
I
preferences.
understand when
We
there's
make it really,
sometimes
really easy to
there's games you
browse
just
and immediately
you
see
can't
how well
play
it
because
supports
it's
your needs.
painful or it's
Click into it,
just
get
not
all the details, you get a summary.
particularly
It's
possible.
really, really easy to use. It's completely free.
When I first
It's
learned
private.
about the kind of accessibility
This project
features
was
people put in
inspired
games, it
from
was from
chapter
a
earlier in life. I was in the hospital,
oh, I can't remember the name of the channel. It's really good though.
fighting, and eventually
Game Maker's
cancer.
Toolbox.
And
Oh, yeah.
games are what
Yeah, I know
brought me to
that.
that experience. You know, I
Mhm.
was escaped
And I
from
was so
all the
surprised
world.
because
I
it was
doing
like
chemo.
all these really,
But for
really
friends
cool
in the
things,
hospital
like
I was meeting,
especially with
they
the
couldn't
sports
jump in and play
games,
like
because
I could
apparently
due to some various
blind
accessibility
people in
challenges.
particular really like the
That
football
experience
games
really
because of all of the
developed over
audio
years.
and
at a certain
vibration
point, they said,
feedback
there has
that the
to be a
games
better
have,
way to
and so they
discover
added extra
if a
features,
game
but
is
like
accessible
you never would have
to
known that that was in the
Over
game
the last year, we've
unless you
Yeah.
dug into the options after buying it, you know, because it wasn't like advertised or anything.
Exactly, yeah. Well, I think haptic feedback especially is something that's underutilized in gaming. Well, maybe not necessarily underutilized, because there are plenty of games with haptic feedback, but at the same time not necessarily utilized to its full potential. Because there's games where the haptic feedback really enhances the experience, and there's games where I have to turn it off because there's so damn much of it and it's inconsistent and...
Or you're someone with very specific content requirements for the games you play, Able to Play is for you.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
invite you
quite
to
a very
join us on
complicated
Able
thing.
to
So I
Play,
think
and
I hope this
discover your
guy's
favorite game,
I hope
because
their
everyone
website
deserves
takes
to
off
play
and we
a
can
Yeah.
kind of like
Thank you.
ESRB for accessibility in a way, you know?
Yeah.
Whether it's volleyballs or paintbrushes, our next
Visual
presenter
design.
knows
I think I've played a
fundamentals
couple
of
of
making a
these.
visually dynamic game pop off the screen.
Ooh. Oh wow, wait.
Oh,
This gameplay?
is that Pokemon
Oh
volleyball?
wow, oh my god.
Hi, I'm
It looks so
Greg
good.
Bennett, director of indie game projects such as Beastie Ball, Chicory, Colorful Tale, and Wandersong, and I'm here today to
Oh, I
present
played
to you
Chicory.
the nominees for the Visual
Ooh.
Design Award.
I have not played Wandersong
Visual
yet, but that's
design
another one
is
that's on my
probably one of
list.
My favorite aspects of games
Mm.
to work on. think visuals are a really, really important part of any game project because
Oh, yeah.
they are the window.
Visual
to the
style
soul
is
of what your
one of
game
the
is.
things that will always catch my
You know,
attention
by
when it
making
comes to a
decisions about
game.
what to show and what not to
Oh,
show
Like,
how
and
to show it,
I prefer very
you kind of
story-heavy
make decisions
games.
about, you know, what
But
your vision of the world is
almost
and what your
anything can be.
universe,
I
you
can
know, what
put
your
almost
game
any
is
flaw
about,
aside for something with
right?
enough like
But
visual
there's
style and
also
passion
the
to
thing
it.
that the first thing players will see and what
Oh
drives
yeah,
them
because it
into
just
a game
gets your
is visuals.
imagination going in a different
It's,
way,
you know,
right?
a really
Oh, yeah.
important part of any game direction is
And
what
well,
the world looks like.
I've talked
So
about
we're here today to
how
celebrate some nominees, that
like
made
people
awesome
use
projects
the
that
concept
were
of
both
having
gorgeous and
style
bringing
over
art
substance as a
an
bad thing, but
interesting
it's
part of the
never been a bad
experience.
thing to me.
So yeah,
Like,
here are the nominees.
ideally,
yeah.
style and substance is the best thing, but having incredible visual style and not having a lot of substance is just fine with me.
Country.
Oh, I've played Crow Country. It is so cool.
You have. You've played it. I've seen other people play it, and I've unfortunately had to like avoid watching you guys play it because I really want to play it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's really
love
cool.
the
It's-
Final Fantasy VII style. Oh wow, what is this? Wait a
Whoa.
minute. Got
Oh,
some
that's
angel
awesome.
shit going on. Oh,
The Plucky Squire by All Possible Futures.
oh, that is so cute. Oh, okay. Whoa, I
Ooh.
wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting being able to jump out of the page. That's really cool.
That's cool as well.
Mm-hmm. Very colorful.
Another game
Almost
that I
reminds me
have
of-
to play that the visuals really caught my eye is I played the demo for 30 Birds, I think, back for my November demo day.
Oh yeah.
Halibut by Slow Bros.
Ooh.
Oh yay.
I have not played this one, but again, that's gonna have to be one
My
I
name
look
is
at.
Onat, and I'm the director and
Mhm.
composer of Herald Halibut. And on behalf of our entire team, I would like to say how deeply honored and grateful we are to receive
But yeah,
this
I
award
played
for
the
visual
demo
design.
for 30 Birds,
Thank you
I
to the
think,
Indie
as
Game
part of my
Awards
November
organizers
demo
and
day.
judges.
And that
Ooh,
was
yeah.
like that was one where the visuals
For those
were
of you who
what
might
definitely
not
what
know,
caught
we
my eye for
spent a
that.
huge portion of our lives working on this game.
Like the
13
writing was
years
good,
in
but
fact,
you can't
which,
experience.
in fact,
You don't
is
know what the
the
writing's
third
going to
of
be
my
like when
life.
you pick up a game.
And we
You
had
just
moments where we wondered if this ambitious idea
I just
Oh,
noticed
yeah.
the style, and I was pleasantly surprised when the writing and the gameplay were just as good.
Finally sharing this world
Oh
with you.
yeah. Actually, I wasn't sure if this award show was gonna have like ads like the other award shows do.
I don't think
It doesn't seem
so.
like it will.
I think it's
Yeah.
got like feature bits like the one about the accessibility site.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I don't think it really has ads or announcements. I think it's mostly meant to focus on the games nominated themselves.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then I have a game that I will, if they don't mention it, I will tell you about it and tell the viewers about it at an appropriate time because it's really, really gorgeous. I don't even know what the gameplay is, but like I got one of my friends showed me like literally like moments before we started streaming, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta tell Melody and everyone. It's very, very cool.
Honestly, yeah, I'm entirely down to hear about.
I guess if there is one thing
Well, I'll send you the video afterwards.
passion projects can take their time,
But we shouldn't take attention away from the
Yeah.
winners for now. Also, I love how he has an action figure of the main character.
Oh yeah,
that he
that's
made.
cool.
After 13 years
Mhm.
of probably next year. We are so grateful.
Or actually, wait.
And we hope you enjoy Herald Halibut.
I didn't get a good look at this one. Was it? It wasn't like stop motion, was it? No.
It wasn't stop motion, but I think it was used. I think it was designed with actual like 3D. Yeah, like it's
Yeah, oh, yeah,
it's got a
here we
sort of
go.
claymation
Yeah.
style.
Yes. Okay, that makes perfect sense. God, that looks so amazing.
If you played Sorry We're Closed recently, you've probably
Oh.
New music.
I
This is
played
our
the demo
famous
for
melody.
this. This is another one that I was expecting for visual style.
Oh, it actually really is.
Oh, Dumb Cat, thank you for following.
Hey, welcome.
Right? Music has the ability to deepen immersion. It can bring out
Music can make or break a
and
game.
it can create
Oh, yes.
long-lasting impressions. The indie scene in particular knows how to use music
Hello.
to elevate the player's
Hello.
experience. I'm talking the haunting melodies that linger as the screen is
Is
fading.
that guy's
black.
hat made out of
I'm talking
Pokemon
the
cards?
sweeping scores that are
Oh, is it?
I shouldn't be.
I think
should
I don't
be
know if it's
distracted.
made out of it, but I think it has a Pokemon card print.
right kind of music,
It's really cool.
that's transforming this whole
That is pretty cool, yeah.
I don't mean to distract from this man speaking facts, but like that hat is amazing.
No, that's
Here's the
cool.
nominees for music. Core Keeper by Pug Storm and composer Jonathan Gear.
Another one on my list.
Ooh.
I had meant to play more of the nominees tonight before actually watching the show, but then the ones I played ended up being longer than I expected.
By Hollow Ponds and composer
Oh
Eli
yeah.
Rainsbury.
It always happens. Oh, that's very pretty.
Ooh.
Like that little fish boy.
I'm loving the music, which I guess makes
Yeah.
sense because that's what it's nominated for.
By Ironwood
Mhm.
Studios.
This is, I think I watched Lasso play this? I watched someone play this.
The Cub by Demagogue Studio and composers Shane Barry and Igor Simic.
This one's gorgeous too.
Mm-hmm.
Thrasher by Puddle
This one I
Studio
have
and
played.
composer Brian Gibson.
This is, at its core, it's a rhythm game,
Okay.
but at the same time, it's
And Wild Bastards by Blue Man.
an interesting take on it. It's not a traditional rhythm game by any means. They call it, they have a name for it. Let me look at the page and see if I can find the name for it.
Okay. Yeah, check it out.
And the Indie Game
Damn.
Award goes to?
It's you.
Man, them folk at Ironwood Studios for Pacific Drive. Come on, man.
Ooh.
Let's get it.
This one is one that has
composer of Pacific Drive,
like
and I'd
radio
to thank
style
the Indie
music.
Game Awards for choosing
Ah.
our game for the best music category. This year
Oh,
has
this is a
Meow,
different.
Stuck.
This is a different Thrasher than I was
so it's
thinking
an
of.
incredible honor to be recognized along with
Very
the
similar visual style though.
Pacific Drive was a rare treat for me as a composer, being able to score a game. That
Wait, no,
takes
I was
place
thinking
right
of
in our
Thumper.
backyard here in the
Oh.
Pacific Northwest. And
Sorry,
so
I got
that
confused, but
sound from
similar
scratch
visual
without
style
any
that's
preconception
like a
from
non-traditional rhythm game.
I'd like to recognize D'Anthony Rutten and Sam Suggs for their performances on my score, as well as the over 20 different bands who contributed to our radio soundtrack.
Yeah, Pacific Drive's
I was
approach to
gonna-
music is cool.
Ironwood Studios.
I was gonna comment on this one actually, but it went by too fast because I was like, there's not like
All of the fans of Pacific Drive.
a lot of games have a hard time implementing like music like this into their games with vocals and whatnot.
Yeah,
So
I think
I would.
the only other one I've seen that really like successfully implemented like the kind of music you'd hear on the radio
Earlier
is
this year, these two set out to make waves in the industry. by
Kentucky Route
introducing
Zero,
trends to
and even
players
then
who
it's
might
not so
be
much
familiar
radio
with the
music
culture.
as it is like
We're thrilled
folk
to have them
music.
on the show to help us
Like
recognize
it
the
cuts
composers who
to
have made a
like it cuts to this
significant impact on the
band
industry this
that
year.
plays occasionally, and so you get like a brief scene of the band,
Ooh.
and then is that a drag queen fighting game?
Wait. Oh my god. Oh wow.
That's awesome.
This is very fabulous indeed.
Some studios don't just create games, they change the industry. Throughout the night, we'll be honoring 4 trailblazers.
The
whose actions speak
embroidered
louder than
Powerpuff Girls
individuals
patch on the
and
sweater.
organizations making
That's
a
awesome.
lasting impact and
This is so
setting new
cute.
standards for innovation, inclusivity, sustainability, and creativity.
Their groundbreaking efforts are not only shaping the future of our industry, but inspiring the next generation of developers to dream bigger and bolder.
What was I saying about Kentucky Route Zero? It cuts to this like this folk band
Hello, Indie Game Awards. My name is Aubrey Nelson Jr.
Mm,
I'm the
yeah,
studio
yeah.
head over
that
Scaffold, and I speak on behalf of
plays
myself and everyone at the studio.
that plays and
What we
like
collaborate
you
with
get
when I say
a quick scene of
just
the
how much
band
it
playing,
means
but
to
then
be
when you cut
recognized
back
in
to the
this way.
main
Thank you so much.
gameplay
for
of
this
it
honor.
is
And I'm now recording this just
when you
straight
cut
off
back
my
to the main
phone
gameplay of it, the
in a
music
vertical format
continues.
to be as authentic as possible, especially for those
Oh,
who are familiar.
yeah,
So
that stuff is really cool.
It sort of feels almost like it's playing in the back of your mind as you
To make a
as you
very long story
drive.
short, I never intended Strange Scaffolds to be a monolithic idea of what a quote-unquote good indie studio can or should be. I hope it demonstrates
I really
is what's
like that.
possible if at every
Like,
layer of a studio
I'm
much
trying
like
to
a game design
implement that kind of
you
stuff
work
in a more
from your
creative way.
values.
Mhm.
I don't want to bring perfect things into
The
the world.
AR
even
is
if
cool.
that were possible. I want to bring more
Mhm.
things into the world with
So
collaborators who are
which stuff?
empowered
Which one?
and
Christmas
can
gift.
go on to
This, like the use of special effects over video.
games in ways that make
Oh yeah, yeah.
strong and
It's pretty. This is
I get
pretty
to work from
cool.
those values every day because I have
Oh,
had
here we go.
the true blessing to run into a cavalcade of extremely talented
Oh, Ollie's
and
here.
good
Says
Oh,
working
hey,
on a
Ollie.
Christmas gift and I'm really on a time crunch now. Oh no.
RJ Lake and the Maribonic
It's
Cousin.
okay. I still
Names
haven't got my
go
mom's
on and
gift
on.
yet.
Thanks to all those people and many, many
I always
more
forget that that's you, Ollie. I'm sorry.
15 games in 5 years, and we've got a lot more on the way.
I gotta work on mine
So
as
to end
well.
this somewhat long-winded acceptance, I really hope that this is the takeaway.
Oh, he's
for
the
people
other
who are
avatar now.
Watching what Strange
Yeah.
Scaffold is doing and has done over
Yeah,
the
no,
past
I
few
still
years.
haven't got my
It's that a game
mom's
studio is
my
not a
mom's
binary
gift. Although
template
I'm gonna
of
have
thing
to
that you do. A game
go out and grab that
studio
tomorrow.
is
I know what I'm getting her. I just have to.
You can fill it with things that you love, not with giant spiky furniture just because that's what someone tells you makes a home good. Smash.
Oh my god.
What is the soundtrack? Break shit,
It's,
kill people.
it's experimental, maybe a bit satirical.
But the impacts they can make.
Ooh, minigame.
I've played
tiny
several
games
of
are
these
really
actually.
cool.
I've played several of the ones nominated because they're short, they're easy to.
Program director of the Playtopia Festival
Mhm.
and a member of the video game band Team Laserbeam. Over the last decade, Team Laserbeam has been committed to creating aggressively short punk games that deliver maximum impact.
It's been in the making
shortest
since
time
technically
possible.
last Christmas.
So I'm really
Damn.
honored to be presenting the Bite Size Game Award.
Mhm.
I think short games are so important.
It's for the almighty
I think
queen.
that it is so
Mm.
great seeing developers
I mean,
respecting the
technically,
time of
I'm
their
going to be
players and giving them
doing
experiences
something
that are
soon
just
that's been
as
in the making
impactful
since
as
last
the older
Christmas,
games
so.
are. And I think it's a rebellious act
Not
creating
saying
short
quite
games
what it
like
is
this,
yet,
which are
but
often sort of non-commercial. They're the kind of games
I'm
that
sure
you could
some of
never
y'all know.
see
I'm
from
sure I've
other
mentioned it.
AAA space, and it's the kind of thing
Mm.
that only indies can do.
I won't spoil.
So, high fives to everyone that's nominated for this award. You all make beautiful, amazing games, and I really hope we're going to see more stuff like this in the future. Here are the nominees for Bite Size Game: Buckshot Roulette by Mike Klipnika.
Oh yeah,
This one kind of took the world by storm a little.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it didn't win. Though it'd be interesting to see what else ever.
This one I've heard is really cool, but not one I've played.
Duck Detective: The Secret
I-
Salami by Happy Broccoli Games.
Oh my god! Look at
I
look!
played the demo
Oh,
for this.
it's like Paper Mario graphics.
Mhm.
Minami Lane by
That's so cute.
I played the demo for Duck Detective. I haven't played this one.
This one is also really cute. I love the. I love the.
This one's cool. This one's really
Ooh, wow.
cool. This one I played on
Mm.
my own time. I didn't stream it, but
Thank Goodness You're Here by Cold Supper.
this one also kinda. Well,
I
I
just
don't know if it
watched
took
somebody
the
play
world
this
by
earlier.
storm as much as Buckshot Roulette did, but it definitely I've seen a lot of people play it.
Oh, who did I see play this earlier? So I literally saw somebody play this today.
I watched someone from Phase Connect play it a couple years ago. Oh, nice!
Oh.
I am honestly surprised Buckshot Roulette didn't win, but good for them.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, James here from Coal Supper.
Will here from Coal Supper.
We're here in Barnsley
Well, I mean,
Call
it's,
Centre.
with the Indie Game Awards, it's going to be a different, different group of people voting compared to
enough.
like the mainstream. You know,
Yeah.
so it makes sense. Yay! I do love like the Western kind of like cartoon style with that one. Oh, I wanted to see more.
Oh, solo development. Oh, I've played a bunch of these actually.
Okay. Oh wow, that's
This
that's
one's really
spooky
cool.
looking.
This one is really cool.
Hi.
It's
my
sort
name
of.
is
Oh, it
Allison,
looks
and I'm a
cool.
solo
It
developer.
reminds me.
What's
It visually reminds me of
Making games by
Cubescape a little bit.
requires you
Ooh,
to spend
Similar
60%
vibe,
of your life
but
sitting alone at your desk
still
and
clearly a
obsessing
different
over
creative
your craft
direction.
and making things.
Yeah, the
Starting the
atmosphere
game
kind
is
of.
easy and
It gives me that
finishing
kind
the
of
game
like
is
slightly
rewarding,
off, slightly
and it's
unnerving, but
amazing
like
that
also
any
really
game
pretty
gets made at
and neat.
all, but especially
Yeah.
when it's just one human dedicating their life to make something. So, our next award celebrates those people who choose to spend their time alone making things for others. Here are
Yay!
for solo development. Animal Wow.
Tell me where you got
This
your
was
glasses.
really good. I still haven't found all the secrets in it yet. I'm working on
Oh,
it,
wow.
but So this one has like
Children of
the
the
main
Sun by
gameplay
Renee
loop and then like 3 extra layers of depth to it. Children of the Sun I played. That was cool.
By Kyle Thompson.
I've heard about that one. That's the one where you play as a bullet, right?
Children of
A
the
single
Sun.
bullet.
Knuckle sandwich.
Oh no, maybe
You
not.
don't.
Okay.
Well, you have a single bullet, but you play as a unique character.
Oh, okay, okay.
But the principle of it is you have to pretty much solve each situation, and you only have one shot.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
bullet.
okay, yeah.
Not necessarily one shot. You can try it again if you fail, but you get my point.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. Also, dumb cat.
And the Indie Game Award goes to Animal Well by Billy Basso.
This was really good. It has like, well, I mentioned it has 4 layers of depth. Soundtrack's amazing.
Thank you so much. This is just extremely cool. I spent about 7 years working on Animal Well, and for most of that time, it was just this
7 years, and it shows.
Secret, personal project that I was kind of embarrassed to even say the name of. So
This is the kind of thing I would not recommend if you don't like puzzles and you don't like platformers. But if you're a puzzle game person like me and you really love puzzles,
when it's still
absolutely
obscure
play this.
and hardly anyone knew about it.
Because it's about, well, it's the gameplay itself, in and of itself, is at its core a platformer, but it is truly a puzzle game.
I still had plenty of help making it into something that many people could actually have access to.
I managed to get all the eggs. I haven't managed to get past that yet.
First,
But
my business partner Danny.
even getting all the eggs is an achievement, in my opinion, because some of those are crazy
business and
obscure.
marketing wisdom, and when he joined
I
the
know
project,
Puzzle Platformer was one of like the most. Because you said this, it took 7 years to make this.
He said it took 7 years to make, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense because that would have been like,
chose Animal Well as your first public
if I can remember correctly, that would have been around the end of like the popularity of like indie devs making puzzle platformers, at least from my memory. So he probably had like the whole like era to like pull from and learn from to make something really, really special.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I just want to think there's
to me,
broader community.
To me, it's more of a puzzle game at its core than a platformer, but at the same time, I don't really know if it can be truly defined like that.
Video essays and mods and
like, it's not so much a platformer with puzzles as it is a giant puzzle with platforming.
All right, well now I'm
all
really
that stuff
curious.
just makes it into an infinitely larger bit of culture than what I initially
This
made,
was a
and for
really
that I'll
cool
always be
game.
grateful. Thank you so much.
This one, Crypt Master and Crow Country all came out around the same time, and I didn't get a chance to play them until like late in this year. I want to say I didn't get a chance to start on those 3 until like September,
One
October.
game was missing from the category. Aerial Knight's We Never Yield. Back when the nominees dropped, Neil reached out to us and let us know that We Never Yield wasn't a traditionally solo developed game, so he respectfully withdrew it from consideration. However, we still wanted to invite Neil on to be a part of the ceremony.
Damn, people in my chat are roasting each other.
Yeah.
The Never Yield music, who tragically passed
Kathy
away.
just came way out with the emotional damage.
Hi.
Just came out swinging.
I was Dan's best friend for a very long time, almost 17 years, where we went to school together, we got our first bank accounts together, and we worked on the Never Yield games together. And I just want to take a second to tell you all how much of an amazing person, developer, and friend Dan was. Dan was a nerd, just like me. He loved nothing more than to talk about video games, to play video games, to argue about all types of different things in the video game space, but also call me very early in the morning and talk about what anime I just absolutely had to watch. I want to tell you how much of a dope person he was, how inspiring he was, how he had all these creative and different ideas that would have contributed to video games and just music in general. I could sit here and talk about Dan and
This
how
one
dope he
was nominated, and then they withdrew the nomination because it wasn't really a solo development. It was
an event like this that
these
honors
two working together.
developers and gives them their flowers while they're here.
Which is really, really, really honorable of him.
Where this
Yeah.
guy came up to me and Dan while we were at some
It's
event, and
yeah, this game absolutely deserves some sort of
the music that he created,
acclaim for
Dan
what it
talked
is.
about that for days,
Mhm.
because oftentimes we don't praise developers, we don't tell them how much we appreciate.
And the end of the day, that is what the award show is all about, right?
Yeah.
So I want to take the time to
Is to give all the great indie games out there the attention and the applause they deserve.
For giving us the opportunity to live our dream. And and to let you know how much of a dope person that man was, and how much I'm gonna miss him. And my hope for all of you is that you all find a friend as good as he was to me. Thank you all so much.
Yeah.
I feel like I missed out on an important detail there.
So originally it was these two working on the game. And after Dan passed away, he finished it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's the detail Okay, wow. Man.
Yeah, so it's not truly a solo developed game, so honestly, it still absolutely deserved the nomination, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, that made this shout out even more important.
Yeah. And it is genuinely really honorable of him to withdraw from that category. Even though the game absolutely deserved the nomination.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is like immediately, it just looks like so much fun. It reminds me of old school runner games, but like way, way more exciting.
This is another one with just incredible style to it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. There was like some
That was like a magical girl transformation.
Yeah. That's so cool. Oh. Damn, he was my age.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, bro.
Playcrafting was integral to our start in the industry, so we're honored to have one of the key members of their crew on to present the category for innovation.
Innovation. This is another one that I've played quite a few of them just because something with a really like unconventional or interesting gameplay is another way that'll really catch my attention.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I am so honored.
I think the only one I've played more than just the demo for is Cryptmaster. But that one's really cool. So it's entirely controlled by typing.
Okay.
So like you have to like combat is typing. Combat, you have to type the names of your attacks. And you have to like type the name of a thing in the environment to interact with it. So it's sort of like a text-based, but
yeah,
it's sort of like a text-based adventure, but it's entirely in 3D.
Here are the nominees.
And also the social media marketing is cool because you have the character Cryptmaster.
Lee Williams and Akubara Games.
Okay, this is very interesting.
By Pasta Games.
The social media marketing for Cryptmaster is really cool because you have the character Cryptmaster himself basically running the account. This is also one that is on my list. That is on my list as well.
I love when people have like kayfabe, like use their social media for like lore and like immersion.
This one, I think you would probably like Odadada. It's like, like music toys that they make for kids.
Yeah.
It's sort of that.
Okay,
But in a virtual
I'm
sense, like
interested.
each little stage you go to is a different like instrument or beat or something like that.
Oh, that would be a lot of fun.
By Paul Hart, Lee Williams,
The gameplay is so cool. It's so cool.
Yay.
And also visual style, but primarily the gameplay.
Ooh. Hello.
See, this is what I mean. Like, this is the guy running the social media account, is the Cryptmaster character.
Oh, that's amazing.
Collect my award in person. After all, it is my game, and I did single-handedly make it in the face of great adversity.
I gotta say, I appreciate the commitment to the bit.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of there was a TV show when I was a kid. There was like the Crypt Somebody.
Continued interference from David Logan and his gang
I'm
of
not gonna remember it,
clowns
but yeah.
at Bar Games. Plus,
He was like the host of the show, and I think they did like horror videos.
Oh, that's cool. This one is, I suppose, a dungeon crawler. Is like it's not really one of those ones that I feel like can be defined by genre beyond like action, because it is oriented around, well, it's oriented around combat and exploration within a literal dungeon. So I guess it's a dungeon crawler, but it's certainly not a traditional one.
I will, however, thank the indie
Sounds very interesting.
for recognizing my excellence. They are a beacon of
Is he technically a VTuber right now?
I suppose he is.
Kind of, technically.
VTuber adjacent.
Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't he technically be a V-tweeter then?
Well,
because
yeah,
he runs
maybe.
the social media?
Yeah, that's true. Making oh yeah, oh my god.
This is another one that I played the demo for a couple months ago as one of my demo days. And then I have to actually stream it. So I got the full game. I played the part of the full game, and then I was like, oh, I should probably stream this since I played the demo.
Hi, my name is Richard Beer. I am the engineer and one of the developers of the game Before Your Eyes, released in 2021.
Before Your Eyes was really cool as well.
We won a BAFTA award.
So it uses your camera, and every time you blink, time passes.
The impact that the game has had on our fans.
Oh, that's crazy.
And it has
Wait a minute.
this sort of really cool message about how life literally passes before your eyes.
Long after the credits roll.
Wait, I need to play that now. I need to play that though. That's.
It was.
Well, maybe not
really
immediately,
cool, and
but like I need to play it very, very soon.
There are not very many games that made me cry, but that one got me pretty close.
Or, to put it simply, ones that have made us bawl our eyes out. Here are the nominees for Emotional Impact. In Stars in Time by Insert Disc 5.
This is another one that I really have to play. It's been on
cool
my list for
art
forever, and I just
by Pop Cannibal.
I've never gotten around to it.
Neva
Oh,
by
man.
Nomada Studios.
Oh, this one's really new, so I'm surprised it got nominated. This is from the studio that made
Ooh.
Grease, if you've played that one.
By Goodwin Games.
Oh,
I haven't played Neva. I have played Grease, but I haven't played
Thirsty
Neva.
Suitors by Outer Loop Games.
I saw an article about this, I
Until
think.
Then by Polychroma Games.
This is also one I've played. Oh my god, that one made me cry.
man. Well, let's see what it is.
Yes.
And the Indie Game Award goes to Neva by Nomada Studios.
I guess this is another one that I have to move up my list of games to play.
Yeah.
Grease was amazing. So
Oh yeah. Oh, you gotta work on your game more.
oh yeah. Games take a long time to make, especially when you're doing them all by yourself. So
Mhm.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, that was very short commentary.
yeah.
Yeah, it just looked very beautiful though.
Mhm. Oh, New Blood's a cool dev company.
Thank you for this award,
Ooh.
for recognizing how shitty the industry was for a lot of people. over the last year.
I mean, he's not wrong.
It's a weird thing to win an award for, but fuck it, here we are. We put up that billboard at Summer Games Fest last year. Shit, I guess that was this year. To pay tribute to our friends who got laid off, but also to let the industry at large know that there are still studios out there like New Blood who give a shit, who always love and respect our friends who make those games. And the truth is, that kind of stuff only happens at the indie level. You know, we
It
don't have
really-
any investors.
it really
we don't have
does.
any shareholders.
Mhm.
And we don't have any masters, so we can do whatever
It's-
the fuck we want. You
It's
know, we do
unfortunate,
have
but a lot of
friends.
indie
we are a small
studios get bought up by
so we
big
can't-
companies,
we can't
and
hire all those
And
developers.
then they're
they just get
beholden
dissolved.
to
Projects,
big
but
company
we can put up a
shareholders,
finger,
and
or we can put up a
they
billboard.
often don't understand that games can be
So
art
if you
and not
take
just a
anything away from
product.
that billboard or all the layoffs that
Yeah.
happened over the
Well,
last
yeah.
year,
Either they
you
become
know,
beholden,
I'll
or they
say
just
back
get
then, over the
dissolved, like
summer,
after
that's to
one
hire
crappy
those
game that they were
developers,
instructed to
follow
make.
their new
Yeah.
projects.
You know, it's like, hey, we're gonna buy you up now. Make this crappy game that we think will be good. Oh, that game that we thought was good was terrible. Okay, well now you guys, we're just gonna dissolve you and put you into different like branches where you can just make COD
Yeah, it
or
sucks.
whatever.
And I mean, on one hand, I sort of get why indie companies get bought, because you need money to live, and indie games especially
Mhm.
are not always profitable. But it's still depressing to see.
Mm-hmm. No, it very much is. Oh,
New Blood made
Okay,
a lot
I-
of cool
There was one
games.
indie in particular that helped break into the mainstream with a shovel in hand, and here we are, a decade later, still talking about it today.
yeah. This is one that I've seen a couple games from actually. Oh no, wait, that was a mouse. Wait a minute, sorry. Sorry.
Challenge us in just the right way.
Yeah,
and keep us
I'm
fully
I'm
immersed
sure
in
you'll
our
do great.
experience.
It's
Our next category
again, it's a
recognizes
long
indies that
process,
excel
but
in this area.
you're
Ones that
smart
not
and
only
you're
offer
creative, and I'm
stellar
sure you'll figure it
mechanics,
out.
But make us think outside the box. You know, like using a shovel for more than just digging. Here are the nominees for Game
We love Shovel Knight.
Poldoore by Local
Yeah,
Thunder.
reference to one of the OG. Okay, this one was crazy big.
Yeah, it is
Run by Sock Pop
insanely
Collective.
addictive. Genuinely, I had to take it. I got it on my phone, and then I had to delete it off my
Unleash
phone
Adventures
because
by
it was
Soul Game
taking up
Studio.
so much of my time.
Oh no! Oh wait, this
one-
is I didn't hear that. This one
Nine
looks
Souls
like
by
one
Red
I'd like.
Candle Games.
Nine Souls is cool. It's cool to see inspiration
Keyblade
from
by Pounce Light.
games like Hollow Knight.
Yeah. Oh, and the animation. Did you see the animation on that main character?
Oh yeah,
Also,
it's
what is this?
By Sky Devil Palm.
Oh my god, this is like this. Oh, this is like weirdly like retro throwback.
well, it's
I no like the whole category. It's like referencing games that I played and I like.
yeah,
Yeah.
It is-
No surprises, but also deserved. I
very
think.
well deserved. Not a surprise, but very well deserved.
Balatro.
Mhm.
I adore interesting systems and emergent synergies.
Oh wow, this is a very
Very big
Very
close up.
close up.
Hey, that's him. That's John Balatro.
Yeah, my favorite YouTuber, John Balatro.
I want to thank everyone involved in the creation of this game.
Okay, actually,
The whole
I gotta
play stack,
hold down the phone
Seth,
for
the
like
musician,
2 seconds, Melody.
Martin, the
Okay.
mayor, my
We'll
friends,
be right back.
my
So, hold
family,
on.
and my partner. I would not be here right now without your support.
Balatro being so big that it won 3 awards alone in the big Game Awards. Yeah, it's really nice to see it getting the appreciation it deserves, especially as a debut game. Crazy
Our next presenter
impressive.
is no imposter, never sus, and arguably wears way too many hats throughout the industry.
Nine Souls is another one that I've got to play, but it's
I'm Victoria Tran, the community director at Innersloth, creators of the
since
game
I got
Among Us.
really into
I'm also the
following
co-signer at our indie
smaller
games club,
indie
Outersloth,
games,
a wholesome games
it's been really
organizer,
cool to see
GDC
influence
advisor, and
from
I write
games
the
that
monthly community
I've
devs
played.
newsletter. As you can
Like,
probably
I mean,
tell,
there's
community
indie
management is
games
very
that have sort of
important to me,
shaped
very
their own
dear to my
respective
heart,
genres,
and
like
it's a
Undertale,
title
for
that covers
example,
so
and
much
Shovel
more
Knight
than
and
most people
Celeste.
realize. Whether it's an
But at the same
individual
time,
or
it's
a
really
whole team,
cool
they're
to
the
see games
unsung
that
heroes
so
who wear
clearly
many,
take
many
inspiration from
hats
games I
and
remember
capes.
when they
I guess you could
released.
say pants and other clothing
And
items,
like remember
but I'm
clearly,
getting ahead
like
of
a game that
myself.
released when I was like
Really,
5, I'm not
we're
gonna really
handling
remember the
everything from
gameplay,
player
but
support to keeping
something that's
conversations
relatively
positive,
recent, like Hollow
marketing,
Knight,
sometimes
is
PR,
absolutely cool to
organizing
see.
events, managing feedback, it goes on. They endure a lot, but their work is vital in creating a space where players feel heard.
Oh yeah,
valued,
community
and
managers
connected.
absolutely
Our next
deserve
award
praise
celebrates those who
because
have gone
it.
above and beyond to foster a
Man, I
vibrant
cannot
and inclusive
imagine
community
dealing
in an
with
industry that can make doing so
that
a
many
little bit
people.
challenging at times.
especially in the indie industry where oftentimes you get a lot of
Aggro Crab.
bad actors. Aggro Crab's good. Aggro Crab has really done. They're the devs behind
Tabby Games.
another Crab's Treasure and Black Tabby too.
Local Funk.
Yeah, these are all games with amazing support for their community and for
Massive Monster.
modders and for other indie games and everything, really.
NPC Studio.
It's really nice to see, well, especially in indie games where community is so important and like having the ability to really reach out and connect with people is so important. It's nice to see community managers getting the attention they deserve.
And the Indie Game Award goes to Aggro Crab.
Mm-hmm. Not a surprise, but still very well deserved. They put a lot of effort into fostering a truly inclusive environment
in community management
for both the game itself and for their community.
I think I handled it pretty well.
That's so cool.
Like, I just think that I held it together. Like, I really don't think you could tell how I was feeling. I want to bring attention to the studios, devs, and community managers that were also nominated for this category. So please make sure that you check out Black Tabby Games, NPC Studio, Pounce Light, Local Thunk, and also our beloved friends over at Massive Monster. I never thought I would get the opportunity
Yeah, they
to
all
meet so many incredible
they all
people
really
through running
deserve
the community at Aggro.
deserve the nomination.
3 years later,
And
we've grown
honestly,
over
they're all
600,000
very
crab fans
strong
across
competitors
multiple platforms, and
for
even
community
more who have
management,
played
for
our
genuinely
games. As a
fostering
community, we always
great
try
fan
to
communities. Like,
spin the limit on what we can say and do as marketing and community.
I've talked about it before, but there's a lot of times where I avoid fan spaces because they're so toxic and aggressive and exclusionary. And so
literally just tweeted
it's
No, you can't say that one. Why not? Because a bunch of people are going to be watching, and you probably don't want all of them to hear you say the word P. I want to thank every player in our community who has either purchased our games, played them, said hello at conventions, or even drawn.
But yeah, it's nice to see genuinely
I will never
thriving, inclusive, accepting, and warm communities around these kinds of games.
We've managed to raise over $70,000 for a variety of ocean conservation charities, including WDC and Sustainable Coastlines. That's the equivalent of buying another Crab's Treasure about 2,000 times.
Damn.
You know why we're here today and why we can do such things. Community management is something
Good for them.
that is a team effort. I'm so grateful to lead the community.
Really good for them.
Our insane studio, but our community is as incredible as it is thanks to my partners in crime. I mean, our entire studio is filled with talented devs who were willing to pitch in with helping to make funny videos or even pitch an idea or especially help with the freaky content that I couldn't do alone, and I wouldn't have it any other way. They're the best and they are what makes Aggro Crab who we are. And finally, I want to give a huge thank you to the community managers of Aotearoa in New Zealand and all of the other community managers throughout the world.
Hey, sorry, I had to attend to an issue.
You're good.
Community, and do not let anyone else
Aggro
tell
Crab
you
won
otherwise.
for
It would
community
be a mess
management.
without every single
Ooh.
So thank you again.
And I was talking a little bit about how I'm someone who usually tries to avoid fandom spaces and fan spaces because they're oftentimes just so exclusionary and aggressive and
Oh, yeah.
like that. And so it's nice to see studios and devs that are focused on fostering a great community.
Impact recipients. That's super cool. Forrest,
Oh,
that's this
yeah.
guy.
It's really, really
Sloth,
important.
And I are really happy to see how it's
I'm
taken off
glad
like
they,
this. For those who don't know,
If they have a great community, I'm very glad they won. Actually, yeah, that was when you played too, right?
Yes, that is when I played.
Thank you so much to anyone who has bought those games, played them, continues to play them. You help us
And
do cool
it's
stuff
it's
like
really
this.
cool
And
to
also just help us survive and
to
grow
see
as a
like
studio with no investors,
truly
publishers,
good
or
communities
applications.
around indie games.
Outer Sloth was designed to offer deals we would have wanted.
Oh,
Back
yes.
in our less popular Among Us days, it's our way of combating predatory deals that don't keep the
And
sustainability or success.
Outer Sloth absolutely deserves the award. So Inner Sloth is the company that made Among Us.
etc. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
And so Outer Sloth is their sort of indie game development fund. Like they offer the whole idea behind it is to offer indie devs deals and opportunities that aren't designed to suck them dry.
That is really incredible. And also really cool because they were because Among Us was just like a surprise hit, and then they ended up with all of this like success. So the fact that they put some of what they received from that success into a project like this is really incredible.
It's nice to see them sort of giving back to the indie game community.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh, damn.
Last week, the Women-Led Games Showcase gave us a glimpse of what's to come in 2025.
Okay, I don't remember what's nominated for this category, actually.
Past year.
But women-led games is an industry that, highlights women-led indie games.
The founder and director of Women-Led
Yeah,
Games.
makes sense.
Indies have always
I found quite a few games through them.
Tonight we celebrate a studio that's pushing the boundaries of
Ooh.
Our next award honors the outstanding achievement.
I'm curious to see because I don't always know like who leads a
that
game.
reflects the diverse, greater, more inclusive,
Well,
and more exciting.
in the same way that very much of gaming is dominated by men, game dev is also dominated pretty heavily by men.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh,
I
that
like
looks
that style.
cool.
Oh, this kind of makes me think of something that Kenny might like.
Oh, I've played this one. This one was really, really cute.
Mexico.
Oh, I love the characters.
Deep Slumber by Wakala Interactive.
Oh, I have not even heard of that one.
By LW Media.
Nightmare Cart.
Oh, I love PS2 inspired graphics so much.
The Crimson Diamond by Julia Minamata.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's inspired by possibly one of the most famous indie women-led game companies of all time, Sierra.
Yeah.
And the Indie Game Award goes to Mexico 1921, A Deep Slumber by Wakala Interactive.
Not a game I'd heard of before today, but honestly, good for them.
Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you for taking us into account for this huge honor.
I will be the first to admit that
is our first game for a lot of
even
us in the team,
me
so
being
it's really
a huge
crazy
indie game
thought
person,
that,
I can't
we
play
can-
all of
we
them
get
as
to
much
be
as I wish I
here
could. I
and
don't
that we
have
get
the time or the
recognition
money or
from
the
our
energy.
peers and from people we
But
admire.
I try and
Not enough time
play
in the
as
day.
many of
So I
them
really
and
wanna
bring a
thank,
spotlight to as many of
our
them as I
team
can. So
for making this story a reality.
Well, if you ever
and
do a
for allowing
donathon,
us to talk
Fair.
live between what a game really is.
Get a bunch
is
of
a
that.
game really an archive? Can an
I
archive
don't know
be a
if
game?
I'd ever do really a
It's been
donathon.
a crazy journey. So
If I was ever
all
going to
can
do something,
really
I'd
say
prefer
is
to do
thank you,
something for
thank you
charity.
this
But
time, for this
Oh,
space,
charity
and I hope
marathon.
we
Yeah,
can
actually,
continue
that would be
to
even
build a
better.
world where games like this and stories like this have a chance. So thank you.
Yeah, this one looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm very curious.
Our next presenter is no
narrative.
when it comes to
Oh, here's the ones that I've
Ooh.
played. This is one that I've played. I think almost all of them. Well,
Ooh.
I haven't finished almost all of them, but I'm in progress on 2 or 3.
I'm Son Emma for Big Garbage fame, and I'm here to
Okay.
introduce narrative for the Indie Game Awards. A great story can transport us to new worlds.
I think 1,000 Times Resist is going to win this.
Never met, and challenge our ideas
Because like I'm 2 chapters into the game and I'm already 100% absorbed into it.
filled with compelling
Oh, yeah.
characters, immersive worlds, and
It's
thought-provoking themes. Here are the
it's just
nominees for
I am
narrative.
just immediately absorbed.
1,000 Times Resist by Sunset Visitor.
This one is gorgeous too.
Oh, the art style. Wow.
Oh yeah. I haven't played this one yet.
I love mini pixel art because it requires a very specific kind of like expression in your pixel art.
I played Caravan Sandwich. Fear the Spotlight is on my list, but I haven't played it yet.
Last Time I Saw You by Maboroshi Artworks.
I have not played that one.
And Mouthwashing by Wrong Organ.
Mouthwashing I have
this one-
played.
This one was huge. This one was very huge.
This one has made the lack of media literacy on the internet very, very apparent.
Hmm. A lot of the people in my scene.
Best narrative goes to
Let's see.
1000X Resist by
Yeah,
Visitors.
that's
Yeah,
what
you
I thought it
called
was
it.
going to be.
Nice.
This is, like I said, I'm 2 chapters into the game and I am 100% absorbed.
Hi, my
Ooh.
name is Remy Siu, and I'm the creative director at Sunset Visitor Studios.
I got one of the OG Mac, iMac, I don't know,
narrative
Oh,
designer
yeah.
at Sunset
Macintoshes in the back.
On behalf of the
This
cast
is
and crew of
1,000 Times Resist is one of those ones that I feel like is not hitting me as hard as I would hit other people.
1,000 Times
Because at
Resist,
least a lot of what
thank
I've
you.
seen
We're
is
so
centered
grateful and
around
honored to
one of the
be awarded
characters
Best Narrative.
as
We wanna
the
thank our
daughter
team,
of immigrant
Colin
parents.
McDougall and Tam
Oh.
and Koda
Which
Yanagawa.
I am not.
We'd like
Well,
to thank our
I mean, I guess one of my
composers and
parents
sound
is, but
artists, Justin O'Coin,
not.
Madeline
It's not the
Castro,
same
Pete
thing
Redmond,
for me.
as well as Connor Wiley,
Yeah.
J-Lo,
But even
James
then,
Neves,
it's just
and
it's
our family and
truly
friends and
incredible so
mentors
far.
for all of their years of support.
as well as our
I'm very
publisher,
interested.
fellow traveler. And,
Community for mouthwashing is hilarious.
Canada
I'm
Media
glad to
Fund for
see.
making the game
I'm kind of glad
possible.
mouthwashing blew up as well
We'd
as
also like to take a
mostly
moment
not
to
necessarily
thank,
because of the game itself. The game
and
itself was
congratulate our
good,
fellow
but
nominees,
more because
which
I'd
are
like
some
to
of our
see
favorite
the
games this
developer
year.
finally getting some
Arco,
recognition.
Caravan Sandwich.
Mhm.
Last time I
Quite
saw
a few
you,
of
What
his-
was the game?
Fear the Spotlight and
Sorry?
Mouthwashing.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, the game they made before, How Fish is Made.
Yeah.
Got a lot of people in my scene interested in like more surreal and like kind of creepy horror kind of stuff.
More than ever
Mhm.
before, we
And I
I'm
love
very happy.
surrealism in anything, but especially in games. I adore surrealism.
I want
Mm-hmm.
to dedicate this
And-
award to our grandparents and pets, many of whom passed away during the development of this game.
Oh.
And we wouldn't be the same people we are today without them. So thank you to them for giving us something to carry. Hecky Grace.
Hecky Grace.
Yay.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I saw How Fish is Made had some coverage within specifically indie game circles, but I didn't really see it outside of that. So it's nice to see it really happen.
Yeah,
and Day of the Devs is
Hi, everybody. I'm
great.
Dave Saver from Day of the Devs on behalf of the whole Day of the Devs board of directors, the curation committee, and the whole crew that puts together all these shows every year. I want to say
Oh,
thank you for
actually, he might show the game I'm talking about.
and his efforts to highlight
Because
the
this
best in
is
indie
where I
developers.
heard about
We've
it.
been around for over a decade, but
Day of the
last year we
Devs
became
has
official
been my
nonprofit
introduction to a
just
lot
make
of really
our
great
mission
games.
Clear, which is this
Mhm.
isn't something that we are doing to make money, but something we're doing
You'll probably be able to, if he does show the game that I was thinking about,
to highlight games that might be
you'll be able to
overlooked, but
recognize it, I
also highlight
think.
the developers that make those games
Maybe?
and bring them together with the
If it's got
fans
like
in a
as
really
distinctive
fun
a style as
atmosphere
you
that is much
as
more
you've
of a game
said, I
festival
probably
than
will
Oh,
if
yeah,
I've seen
yeah,
it
you-
before.
Thanks
But
again to the Indie Game Awards, and thanks to the whole Day of the Devs crew and everyone who
Oh, maybe-
volunteers to put those shows together.
Oh, maybe they're not
and
going to
spend the
showcase
time
any
to
games.
find the best games out there to bring them to everyone's attention. Thanks to all the developers who share their games.
If they don't showcase it, I'll like I said, I'll send you afterwards.
Okay.
Thanks for supporting Day of the Devs for all these years.
Yay.
At PAX East 2023, we met with Toge Productions to discuss an idea for this next category, an award to honor someone who makes a significant impact through storytelling each year. When it came time to choose the first recipient, and therefore name the award after them moving forward, there was only one clear choice.
Thank you. Thanks for the opening game because I won't be able to do that yet. So my name is Muhammad Fahmi, but you can just call me Fahmi.
how is Balatro doing? Balatro won the category it was nominated for. Oh, I recognize this.
Oh yeah. So hi, welcome Arisu.
Yeah, hi Arisu.
Oh, this is cute. Oh my god. Yeah, this is not the one I was thinking about, but this is very, very cute.
On-screen celebration. Wait, what does that do? Arisu redeemed something and I don't know what that redeem is. I don't know if I have to do something. I do not have that. Oh, is it the message effect or?
Yeah, I think it's the message effect.
Oh,
That's kinda
okay.
cute.
Wait, is that bits? Oh, thank you for the
Me?
bits.
founder and CEO of Toge Productions.
Oh, Gigantify and emote too.
Oh, there we go.
He is a great game director, a great colleague, and a great friend. He had made a huge impact during his time at Toge Productions, not only to our studio and everyone in it, but also to the wider indie game development community. Through his games and his kindness, he inspired many people all around the world. I hope that his memories and legacy will continue to be remembered, and that his work will be able to inspire many more.
Hi.
Yay.
My name is Sasha Ariana from Pixelnesia and Toge Productions. I had the privilege of being one of Fahmi's closest friends and collaborators. I've worked alongside him on What Comes After and After Love EP. Since his passing, I've taken on the responsibility of continuing the narrative work for After Love EP in his honor. Fahmi was more than a friend to me, and his loss was a profound blow that left me deeply shaken for a long time. And witnessing the collective grief within the indie game community only reaffirmed how deeply his absence is felt. And it's no exaggeration to say that the industry lost a voice that is truly irreplaceable. Fahmi was a storyteller of rare passion and vision, brimming with narratives he loved to share with the world. And although his time with us was far too brief, I take solace in the stories that he brought to life through his games. And I hope we continue to share stories to each other in whatever medium we see fit and carry his legacy forward.
Yay, congratulations. Thank you for looking after.
Terima kasih kepada pihak penyelenggara atas apresiasi yang diberikan untuk Fahmi. Terima kasih juga kami sampaikan kepada semua pihak yang selama ini selalu mensupport Fahmi.
Kecintaan dia akan industri game lah yang membawa namanya dikenal. Bagi Fahmi, game bukan sekedar hiburan, namun juga sarana membangun imajinasi dan menciptakan dunia yang bermakna. Penghargaan ini menunjukkan betapa besar dampak yang dia tinggalkan. Meskipun Fahmi sudah tidak bersama kita, semangat dan cerita-ceritanya masih hidup di hati kita dan terus menginspirasi bagi siapa saja yang memainkannya.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if it's appropriate to say, but I think
very personal project for me. It helped me through a very weird time in my life.
There's been two people who have passed during their game development, and I think it shows how much people are willing to put into their passion.
Yeah.
Even when their life is, maybe on the line, like they will work to make something.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Mohammed
he really was an incredible storyteller.
Our final presenter of the evening is currently developing what we and many believe will be a future Game of the Year contender here at the IGAs.
No pressure.
Oh, here's the big one. Well, this is interesting.
This is
reminds
me of
all you party people.
RPG Maker, but like Western RPG Maker.
Yeah, the backgrounds definitely give me Yume Nikki vibes.
Surreal adventure RPG, She Dreams Elsewhere, coming soon. And it is my honor
and specifically, even with just the brief look we got at it, the two games that it immediately brought to mind are Hylix and Off.
Now, look,
I don't know if you've played either of those, Mouse, but
I know Hylix. That's the claymation one.
That's the claymation. Off is sort of
when's your game coming out?
The progenitor of Western RPG Maker style games.
Extremely stupid. Because Game of the Year.
It was one of the first. It's from a French developer, Mortis Ghost.
It's a celebration of the games
and
that
it's
have come out and had a profound impact on this industry
I
and
mean,
its players.
Yume Nikki
Whether it
is
be for their
sort of
artistic
one of
direction,
those ones that like
excellence in
you can
storytelling,
very clearly see its
unique
influence
gameplay
within the
mechanics,
genre.
or
But Off
because
is another one of
it's
those
just
that
that
comments
good.
sort of
The
on
following indies have done
the nature of
just
this
that.
as a
They've captured
game.
our imaginations
Like
and
it's one of the
redefined
first games I
possible
remember
within our
playing that
industry.
really like
And
that
on
actively
behalf of our
separates the
entire
character
community,
you play
I
as
am
from
so,
you, the player.
So grateful for their existence.
Oh,
So without further
I'm
ado,
very curious.
here are the
And,
10 lovely nominees.
Meta
for Game of the Year.
commentary as
A
well.
Thousand Times Resist by Sunset Visitor.
Well deserved.
Mm-hmm.
Animal Will by Billy Bass.
Also very well deserved.
Very beautiful.
Mhm.
Very gorgeous.
By Arco Team.
Very surreal.
I know that puzzle games aren't really your thing, although you've played a couple of more puzzle-oriented games. Also very well deserved.
I don't mind. Actually, I like puzzle games. I just don't know a lot of them.
By Kyle Thompson.
And I worry about being bad at them, but but I do like them a lot.
That's fair.
Norway in the Laser Eyes
I think you
by
would
Simone.
enjoy Animal Well. It's pretty far off from what you normally play, but I get the vibe that you would enjoy it.
Okay. Oh, I wonder what's gonna win.
By Namada Studio.
I am proud to say that I've played most of the ones that are nominated for Game of the Year here. They're like this year's like true
Red Candle Games.
standout
That
games.
last one gave me Princess Mononoke reference vibes.
Neva? Yeah, it's sort of a. I mean, I haven't played it, but almost everything I've seen is a similar vibe.
Wait, I need to play that one. Wait, what was that last one? That referenced like 3 old NES games that I love.
I didn't catch the name of that last one.
So, without further shenanigans,
Well, I can always look on the website.
Indie Game Award goes to
I feel like it's gonna be Balatro, but
Balacho.
yeah.
Yeah, good call, man. You're really on top of this, Melody.
It was just.
It does
a guess,
deserve it,
but
though.
At the same time,
to
like it
accept this award for Game of the Year.
it dominated this year, so it's not a surprise at all.
Including a lot of the fellow nominees,
Mhm.
and I'm so proud to represent such a vibrant, creative, and diverse corner of the games industry. Our games are able to take big design and aesthetic risks in a way that AAA
Yeah,
games
Mouse.
cannot.
I will see if I can find the English translation, because as far as I can recall, there's not an official English translation of Off, because the original's French.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I do read French.
This is a hard industry,
Fair.
and every person
Then if you can
Not
play it in
very
the
well.
original
I'd probably
language,
be better.
if you can play it in the original language, I'd encourage it, just because I believe that almost everything's better in the original language.
and I would love to share this.
Could be a fun thing. Could be a fun thing to do, honestly.
To be here, and I hope I
But Off's one of those ones where understanding it is really important.
Oh yeah, Baltro did sweep the some big and indie awards.
Yeah. I was literally just playing this yesterday.
Pronunciation of
Yeah.
we know who we're mailing all these awards to. That is a wrap.
Why is my stream 360p? What? It shouldn't be. Is my internet bad?
To all of our nominees and recipients.
No, my internet looks
and
like
thank
it's
you to
fine.
all of our incredible presenters who took the time to help us celebrate a fantastic year for indies.
Oh, it is 360p.
Oh, why?
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. The IGA started as a text exchange back.
If people want to watch it in high def, they could always rewatch the awards.
Once again, thanks to the
Oh
sponsors
yeah,
who
it
came in
isn't
to
like
support the
360p.
ceremony
I'm
at
sorry.
Pocket Pair,
It's all good, man.
V Publishing, and the Powell
It's-
Group, as well as Playcrafting and Brookland for throwing
yeah,
the official
it's-
viewing party.
It's
While tonight
really
was a
nice to
celebration for the
see.
scene, it would be foolish to end the evening without recognizing how tough of a year it's been. As Dave discussed earlier, thousands of lives have been negatively affected by layoffs, studio closures, and consolidation, and unfortunately, it doesn't end there. The war in Ukraine continues to wreak havoc on so many lives. Palestinian and Lebanese families continue to suffer in the Middle East. Women's rights are dwindling. The livelihoods of our queer, trans, and BIPOC friends and family are put at risk daily. It's now more important than ever to treat one another with kindness and respect and support those you love. So with air in your lungs and blood in your veins, thank you all for being here with us to celebrate the games that help give us an escape.
The Indie Game Awards will return
Yay.
in 2025, and
Woo.
games are already in motion to elevate this proof of concept into an unforgettable event for the foreseeable future. We want to build the IJs together. So if you have a moment...
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know why it's in like
Head on over to the
360p.
official website where you can fill out a survey with your thoughts on tonight's
Don't
ceremony.
worry, don't worry.
And of course, don't forget to support all of the nominees, presenters, and more by checking out the
Mhm.
IJ Steam event.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Ooh, okay.
Play more
Very
games.
cool.
Play more indie games, absolutely.
Yes.
And congratulations to everyone that was nominated and all the winners and every studio. And just
Oh, yeah.
congratulations to everyone. This was a really incredible year for indie games, in my opinion at least.
I mean, just watching that, it looked absolutely fantastic. There's like, there was definitely way more than a handful of games that I want to play, and I'm sure like anybody watching is gonna see something like, okay, wait, I gotta try that too.
Absolutely.
Whether they're winners or nominees, like, oh my god, so many cool things.
hmm
Mm.
But yeah, for those of y'all watching, go play these games. They're all incredible.
Mhm.
And
And if you look up, oh yeah, the thing is right there, or the link is right there.
yeah,
But yeah, if you look up the website, you can find a list of all of them, and each game has a link that you can click on to find the game.
yeah, and then I will be posting the link to their website and the link to the Steam thing after I end stream as well. So please go check out these games. I have playthroughs of a couple of them archived on my YouTube. I'm currently working through 1,000 Times Resist if you're interested in that one. It truly is amazing already. And I can't wait to play through the rest of them.
Yeah. So, Melody, of all the games that you haven't seen, or that you haven't known about before, was there any one that, like, particularly you were like, okay, I gotta try that?
There's my YouTube again. Let me fix that. No, that's my overlay. Display capture, window capture. Where's my window capture? Turn that off, turn window capture 4 on. Here we go. Alright, so, of all the ones that I have not played, well, I knew about Pacific Drive long before. Or I knew about Pacific Drive, but I haven't played it. That one's definitely one that I've got to play. Harold Halibut is one that really caught my eye. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes I knew about before, but I hadn't. I knew about before, but I hadn't played. Rusty's Retirement caught my eye as well. That was one of the ones that was nominated for innovation.
Wait, was that under? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I have like 3 different windows open, so I can switch between them.
Yeah,
on stream.
I'm looking at the. Yeah. Oh yeah, Rusty's Retirement looked very, very cool.
And I'm trying to remember what the other one was that the visuals really caught my eye. The Crimson Diamond. We Never Yield. And oh god, there was one other that the visuals really caught my eye, and I don't remember the name. I'd have to like look at the Steam page to find it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go back.
Mhm.
Well, we can always like tweet out our favorites too later.
Yeah.
For people who want to find out, make sure you follow Melody Bear's Twitch, or follow her Twitch and also follow her.
Yeah, you can
Twitter.
follow me on Twitter or Blue Sky. Both of them should be linked in my panels.
Perfect. I wanted to mention one game because I mean there were so many that I saw, but there was one that like really like struck a personal interest of mine.
Yeah.
That I can recall immediately, because there were a lot of them, but there's one I can recall immediately, and it's under a women-led game. The Crimson Diamond.
Yeah, that's one that definitely caught my eye, but I hadn't heard of before today.
I hadn't either, but you're familiar with Sierra, right?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Sierra. That's part of the reason why it caught my eye is the visual.
Yeah, and I've always loved. Well, I had one of their games when I was a child, but it was too hard for me because those games are brutal. But I've been a very big fan of like the King's Quest games and the Space Quest games. Uh, uh, by Roberta Williams, mostly through Game Grumps and other streamers, because again, those games are hard.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with being a fan of a game through a streamer.
Yeah, but like they're so obtuse, right? Because they're made for an older audience. But the fact that there's like one that's like made now in that style, it's making me think like, okay, wait, this is the time to get me into this style of game where I can actually play it, because they would obviously have more. I mean, I'm hoping they will make it a little bit easier for modern gamers. But I'm very, very excited to try that one, as well as many others. But that one's stuck in my mind as like, okay, that one's gonna be.
Yeah, because you're.
But I didn't get to talk much about it.
You're a big retro game person.
Yes, I absolutely am.
It's like that's the kind of thing that's totally up your alley.
And it's something I've wanted for a long time. But yeah, for all the rest of the ones that caught my eye, I'm gonna have to relook through them to find the names, because man, this one happened so fast. This awards show happened so fast.
Yeah, it happened way faster than I was expecting it to.
Yeah, the last two, like the Game Awards and the VTuber Awards, there was so much like stuff in between that there was like
there was so
space
much
to think
like
about it and
promotional
reflect.
stuff.
Yeah, I was upset about it, but now I'm like, oh, actually, I wish I kind of had time to reflect on them stuff. But you know what? At the same time, it was all really good. I thought it was a very good show.
Yeah, some ones I would like to see nominated in the future. Is there anything that? Well, I've played a lot of stuff that's either in early access or under continuous development. So I probably have more of an approach to this. I'd love to see something from Rusty Lake nominated in the future. Mostly because they're just. I've played a couple of their games before. Those of y'all who have been here since the very, very beginning remember the Cube Escape games. I've played The Past Within. I think I played Underground Blossom on stream. It's just really cool, giant, cohesive universe, deep lore, like very distinct style to them that I would love to see something from them nominated in the future.
Oh yes.
As well as
You
Vivid Stasis is one that I've only played on stream once, but Mouse, this is the rhythm game that you often see me playing in Call with the 4 lanes and the red and the blue.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It
That
is
was really, really cool.
technically still under development. Actually, I think the final story chapter is releasing in like 10 days or something. So really cool.
Okay.
When that's complete, I don't really think it would fall under anything other than maybe narrative or innovation. But genuinely one of the most enjoyable rhythm games I've ever played. And incredible story, fascinating visuals, just game is the whole package. And I'd love to see when it's considered to be complete, because like it's a rhythm game, they're always going to be adding new songs and stuff, but at least when the story's complete, I'd like to see that be nominated in the future for something.
Ooh. Yeah, I would really like to see that as well.
I know that you're not much of an upcoming games person, Mouse, but is there anything that you've played that you want to see nominated in the future? Anything upcoming?
There's things upcoming that I don't think they're out yet. However, if I could send you a YouTube link to 2 games that have an art style that I think that you would really like. These are both from Day of the Devs. Oh no, one of them's from Day of the Devs. This is what I was expecting to appear if they were to showcase upcoming games, but let me just DM these to you. They're very short platformers. Not platformers. Short videos. I don't know how. I don't know how new they are or anything. Actually, I just got showed them literally moments before we started streaming.
Okay.
but check these out. Maybe you can show them on the stream. I don't know. They look really, really gorgeous. There's that one.
I don't know if I can show them on stream because YouTube copyright.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, YouTube's weird. I got permission from them to do a watch along for this, and I made sure watch alongs are encouraged. But for other stuff, I don't know how much I can show without getting bonked.
All right. Well, I'll explain. Can I explain them to the audience?
Go for it.
Instead.
Absolutely.
All
Yeah.
right. So the first one that was shown to me is called Feltopia. I'm not entirely sure what kind of game it is, but it's the art style is felted artworks. I don't know if you've ever.
Oh.
Actually, you know what? You would totally get away with a screenshot.
Oh, a screenshot I can do.
Yeah, let me just find a cute screenshot, and I think this is from a story mode, but let me try and find a gameplay.
Yeah, a screenshot I can totally get away with. I just worry about showing video.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So these are actually both side-scrolling shooter arcade style shooters, which may not be everybody's taste, but as a retro game person, I'm very into it. So here's a screenshot of Feltopia. And you can see all of the models are without the animation, it's hard to see, but all of the models are felt creations that were recorded with stop motion.
Like claymation, but felt?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yeah, alright, I can...
Yeah, it looks really, really cool.
I can drag that up on screen. I have to rename it so it doesn't, so my computer will let me save it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, then I need image source. Browse, where is my downloads? There we are. Alright, so this is a screenshot from Feltopia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to cover the models or anything, but
there we go. Yeah.
so yeah, it looks to me like it's claymation but with felt. Well, claymation
It
adjacent.
is. It essentially is. All of the models are felted creations, and they're really, really gorgeous. It is infinitely more impressive when you see it animated, especially the explosions and the effects are also all done with felt. Oh,
that's cool.
It is just so cool. Well, it's not the most accessible game, and even though I like retro shooters like this, I find the side-scrolling ones a lot harder than the vertical scrolling ones. But I am definitely going to I'm gonna make an exception for this one because it just looks amazing.
Yeah, I feel like that's reasonable for... It's reasonable for what it is.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily expect absolutely every game to have the same accessibility features as every other game, because that's not always how it works.
Yeah, well, I'm actually not sure. They might have... I mean, to make a game... to make a game like this, especially with this much effort, in this day and age, I would expect they probably do have some good accessibility features. I haven't gotten the time to look into it again because I literally learned about this game moments before we streamed, but I would bet in favor of them having different difficulty options, different, to allow a wide variety of players to enjoy the game.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so, because like I said earlier, I want I want everyone to be able to play as many games as possible.
Oh yeah.
And so I definitely believe in accessibility for games.
Oh yes. And just from the like looking at the video, it doesn't look too like it doesn't look very bullet hell like. It looks like the tricky thing would be to sort of learn to understand the interesting graphics and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it does not look very hard as far as these kinds of games go.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to check it out.
I'm not the target audience for most accessibility features. Like I don't usually need to use accessibility features, but so I'm not like I don't know what to look for.
Well, yeah.
But at the same time, I hope it does.
Yeah, no, I'm. Yeah, unfortunately, it only got announced 8 days ago, so it's going to be a while until we know more about it. But it's something I would keep an eye on, especially for people who like retro games.
Yeah.
And people who like very cool approaches to art in video games. So yeah, that's the one I wanted to show.
There was one that a game that I saw. Indie game that I saw a trailer for that popped up on my YouTube.
Oh, what is it?
Incolitus. Well, it's called Incolitus Don't Stop Girly Pop. And
Okay,
as far as I can
interesting.
tell, it is a boomer shooter type game. So think like Doom or Ultra Kill.
Yes.
It reminds me more.
Another one of my favorites.
It visually reminds me more of Ultra Kill than Doom, because it's within the
Okay.
3D space, and there's a lot of it's based around movement. Versus where Doom is not quite as movement heavy as something like Ultra Kill.
Yeah,
But-
for sure.
The concept really caught my eye for it because it is like a boomer shooter type game with a pink glittery filter over it. And the whole
Okay, alright.
there's a bit in the trailer about how by girly, like as far as I can tell, it's something about like being trapped in the game, and you have someone on the outside like actively modifying the game as you play it to make it girlier.
Oh, interesting.
And there's some sort of like super deep masculine monster voice complaining about how much shareholder value they're losing.
Oh, okay, that's funny. It's like a commentary and a game together, right?
Yeah. Let me find
All right.
the.
Well, I'm kind of interested.
Let me find the trailer. Actually, I'll send it to you.
I'm one of those men who want more girly male characters in video games, personally, because I don't know if you've seen my avatar, but it just.
Yeah. Your avatar's not exactly. Here we go.
What do you mean? I'm bursting with testosterone.
Yes, your avatar's very
It
masculine.
It all goes to my muscular hair.
Your muscular hair.
It's actually witch hair. If you ever, well, you never played. Actually, I don't know if you played D&D.
No. I'm
But
somewhat familiar
witches
with
have
it
muscular
through...
hair. Witches have the ability to have strength 20 hair.
Wait, really?
Like once a day. Yes,
What's
they
the
do. I played a
practical
character.
use of
Anyway,
that?
that's besides the point. I'm getting.
I mean, I guess it's D&D, so it's not entirely meant to be practical, but...
Mhm.
Oh, JP, hi!
Hello, welcome.
Unfortunately, the awards show that I was planning on doing a watch-along for is over, so now we're just talking about indie games, but...
Yeah.
And apparently D&D.
Well, I was just making a joke. But yeah.
No, that's fair.
Playing witches in D&D is very fun. I would highly recommend.
I have...
Especially if you play a character who is covered in hair all around their body, like a mouse.
So...
Because then if you're a mouse witch, then you can turn into a strength 20, 10-foot diameter, no, 10-foot radius ball of strength 20 hair. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Okay, so the difference between you and me is You said a creature that's covered in hair and you thought a mouse. You said a creature that's covered in hair and I thought Chewbacca.
Oh, I mean, that would be so great.
Chewbacca
I mean,
wish.
he's got the war cry too, so it'd be even more terrifying.
Yeah, I'm tangentially familiar with D&D through D&D inspired media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, there's so much fantasy that's inspired by D&D nowadays that it's
Oh,
kind of hard
yeah.
to separate it from the fantasy genre as a whole. But I have never actually played it.
Well, maybe one day. It would be fun.
It would be kind of fun.
We would just need somebody to actually like make a campaign and run it. But
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying Mori Calliope's D&D campaigns ever since she, or like her not necessarily D&D, but
I watched
her roleplay campaign.
I watched the one that she did with Gigi and
Yes.
who else was it? It was Gigi and Bijou?
Bibu, and there was Fauna.
Oh yeah. Or,
I think I sent you a clip. It was very
yeah.
very
I
animation.
caught bits and pieces of that. I still haven't watched the full thing. I would have to go back and find the VOD, but I caught bits and pieces of that.
It's good. It's good. I would recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sorry, I'm gonna get distracted. This game looks very cool.
Yeah, that's.
I love the pinkness.
I kind of adored the pinkness of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like here we go. There is a Steam event right now that's the Game Awards for games that can't afford the Game Awards.
Oh, nice. Ooh, also you got a sub.
Oh.
You got a Prime sub.
Oh, thank you. One second. Where's my Twitch? There's my Twitch. Oh, thank you for subscribing, JP.
Hey.
Whoa.
Welcome.
Why do you have that emote? Why do you have... I shouldn't be
What is that?
surprised, but...
Oh, it's
for those of y'all who aren't familiar with JP, I joined him a little while back for Lethal Company and Karaoke when he was doing a 24-hour stream. So I think a couple months? It feels like a couple months. I'm bad with time. But yeah, I joined him a couple months back for Lethal Company and Karaoke, so it's nice to see you stop by. What else was I going to talk about? I'm going to scan this thing and see if there's any other games that have caught my attention recently. Scan through my Steam. Also, itch.io, but at the same time, I have a love-hate relationship with itch, because on one hand, that's where you find all the best, like, truly unknown gems of games.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, it is horribly user-unfriendly. Like, there's just as much stuff that you don't want to play as there is stuff that deserves a play. And it's hard to comb through at times.
Yeah, I could imagine.
But at the same time...
I've only...
no, you go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I only ever go there when I'm linked to it.
That's fair. At the same time, kudos to them for being sort of the platform for really small indies.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
they're... A lot of people whose first game they make it goes on itch, and it oftentimes gets to the bottom of the Discover pile and doesn't necessarily get the attention it deserves, but kudos to itch for being there for everyone who doesn't necessarily have the time or the resources for Steam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they are a really great platform.
Sorry We're Closed was mentioned in the awards for, I believe... I don't remember which one that was mentioned for. Music, maybe? Sorry We're Closed was nominated at some point. I played the demo a while back, and it's got this incredible, like, visual style to it. Like, it's got so much style. I don't know necessarily if I want to play it on stream or not, because it is, at its core, a survival horror game, and I am real bad at survival horror games. But it's still, I enjoyed the demo a lot, and so if y'all are curious, go check out the demo and or the full game. What else is there that I've played recently? I'm scrolling through my Steam. Paper Perjury is another one I played the demo for. It's inspired by Ace Attorney, as far as I can tell.
Ooh, okay. I'm interested.
It seems like slightly more lighthearted than Ace Attorney. I mean, Ace Attorney is pretty lighthearted, but there's times when it's very high stakes. It seems like this is mildly less high stakes than Ace Attorney.
Okay.
But still, one I definitely enjoyed the demo for, and I've not had the chance to play the full game yet. Let's see, what else is there that is on my list? I mentioned Vivid Stasis already.
Mm-hmm.
That one is, I think I've only ever streamed it once. But that one is really cool hybrid between a rhythm game and a puzzle game. Like, the core gameplay is a rhythm game. It is a rhythm game. If you want, it can be only a rhythm game. But at the same time, it has the narrative is very puzzle game based. And it has some really cool, surprisingly difficult puzzles. Like, generally when you get a rhythm game, you don't expect difficult puzzles, but I was pleasantly surprised. Like, not too difficult that you can't solve them, but difficult enough that you have to have a notepad out.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So it's not like the what's that one game? It's not like the Crypt of the Necrodancer kind of puzzles, right? Are they different?
It's different. So it's at its core, it's a 4-key rhythm game. So if you've ever seen like Quaver or Osumania or one of those, it's primarily that format. The story section has you unlock story, you play songs to get points to unlock story chapters. And at the end of each story chapter, there is a series of puzzles you have to solve to unlock, like, a final boss song.
Okay.
And then, I don't know how much I can explain without spoiling the story, because this is the kind of thing where you have to experience the story for yourself.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no spoilers.
When you get to about halfway through chapter 3, you unlock this area called Between Space, which is like not necessarily an open world, but I guess it's sort of formatted like a dungeon that you can explore, and you solve puzzles to unlock pieces to progress the story through that area as well.
Ooh.
And I have not actually made it through everything that's available yet, so I can't really comment on Chapter 4, but Chapter 3 added a lot of cool gameplay mechanics, so I'm sure Chapter 4 will. It also has ARG elements, which is really cool, because I don't usually have the time to really, pursue ARGs while they're ongoing. Because most of the time they're big community efforts, and you get, clues that drop at ridiculous times, and, a clue might drop at 3 a.m. or it might drop at 2 p.m. and you never know when it's going to happen. So it's cool to play a game that has ARG elements that I can somewhat take at my own pace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that is really, really cool.
Mm-hmm. No, the only ARG I've ever managed to play while it was ongoing was when Game Theory did an ARG a couple years back, and I was on break from school, so I had a week free to just solve puzzles.
Oh yeah. Because I mean, depending on if they're online or IRL, the IRL ones are especially hard because you gotta Oh, I gotta travel out to this location to find things.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them have online and IRL elements. It's usually a mix of both. I mean, that's where the idea of an ARG comes from, is it's a game that takes place with augmented reality elements. And, you know, the reality is kind of an important part of augmented reality.
Yeah. Yeah, the only one I ever, like, really got even slightly involved in was the I Love Bees, which, again, is showing my age. But very, 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 very old ARG.
Yeah,
But I
that's
would
an
love
older
to
one.
see more creators. I would love to see more creators get into that kind of stuff, or even like, oh, sorry.
Someone who does sometimes ARGs and sometimes just horror projects is Nightmind or Nick Nocturne. Who is I actually did not find out that he was a VTuber until like years after I'd been a fan of his YouTube channel.
Yeah, okay, I know his YouTube channel. I didn't know he was a VTuber.
Yeah, he's under Astroline, which is Merryweather's agency.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. Oh, so he is. Wow.
He does a lot of
very cool.
If you're familiar with his YouTube channel, you know that he does a lot of online horror stuff.
Yes.
And oftentimes those incorporate ARG elements. But at the same time, he'll often stream like bits and pieces of an ongoing ARG. Although he doesn't always get the chance to do a video about it. Unfortunately, he streams at the world's worst time for me, so I don't usually get to catch the streams live. But
oh yeah.
That's because I try and maintain a regularly normal sleep schedule. I haven't completely fallen.
Which is very, very admirable of you. I admire. Admire that you can do that. Yeah.
Arsu says, Melody, what do you think about this idea? A puzzle game about a VTuber literally trapped in 360p. Is the stream still 360p?
Yes.
Oh, god damn it, why?
Yeah. It looks fine to me. I don't know, man. I think it's okay. Our models look alright.
Okay. I'm hoping that's fine then.
Okay, unironically, Arisu has a point though, because I feel like games that like turn tech related things into like fictional games is actually a really, really good idea.
That is a cool idea, yeah. And I like games that make use of, I mean, there's always the risk of it being dated by referencing current internet culture and that sort of thing. But at the same time, I like games that do that, and also games that purposefully date themselves. Oftentimes they're nostalgia games, but like Hypnospace Outlaw, for example, is very, 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 very 90s.
Yes.
And like, sure, it's dated, but it's purposeful. Like it's so consistent that it's just, rather than being a game that's dated, it's just a game that's set in the 90s.
Oh yeah, exactly. Right? Like, especially if it's just like honest and just being itself, then it becomes like a time capsule where you go back and it's like, blue.
Yeah.
Yo.
Although
but, like,
that may not be the best example because it was released in, I think, like 20 something. 2020 something, or maybe like 2018, 2019, but at the same time, like, there's absolutely like cultural references in there that would otherwise date a game if there wasn't so much commitment and earnestness to it.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. It would be a little it would feel a little random unless it was in, just like natural and organic.
Yeah.
But hold on, Melody.
Okay.
Brainstorm idea. Game. Indie game. It's called Why Is My Stream 360p? And you start to, and you have this like interface with this like fake OBS and like fake like Twitch and whatnot, and like you end up going down this rabbit hole where you realize that your bandwidth is being like occupied by somebody else, and like so now you have to like investigate that and try and figure out where your bandwidth is being taken from, and it leads you down this rabbit hole into this big like crime organization that is like doing something malicious with your bandwidth, and like
Oh, that's cool.
they could go in so many crazy directions, man.
I'm trying to remember. God, there was a game I played that had a Twitch chat that would occasionally overlay onto the game itself.
Oh,
And I'm trying to remember what game it was, and I can't remember. I want to say it was Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, but I don't think so. Maybe it was. I am racking my brain, and I've got nothing.
I'm curious. The closest thing I could think of was that one Chilla Arts game where you play as a VTuber, but I don't think that wasn't as like that's not like what you were describing.
Yeah, it's. God, what was it? It was an older game that, or not an older game, a relatively recent game, but it was a game I had to play when I was on my old laptop, and I could barely run anything. Oh, the Hex. That's that one's very that one really thrives around meta horror, or not meta horror, just meta humor, meta.
Oh.
Just meta. But there's a segment where you play as a character trying to sabotage her own game.
Okay.
And there were times in the game where you do something and there's like a Twitch chat temporarily overlays on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, wait, you did play this on stream, right?
Yeah, I played all the Daniel Mullins games on stream.
Yes, I remember this. Sorry, go on.
No, it's just that what RC was talking about reminded me of that, is like having that on screen.
Yeah.
Which, like, I enjoy. I don't really play as much of them as I should, but I really enjoy surrealism in games, meta humor and meta horror in games. Mm-hmm. And then specifically, like, I'm trying to think of the word. Like a mix of the two. Like something where the meta nature of it adds to the surrealism.
Mm. Yeah, so my brain is running things there as well, because like.
Oh, what's an example? Undertale and Deltarune. More Deltarune than Undertale. Undertale plays with this idea, but not as much. Things like where the game interface is diegetic to the story.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a word that everyone will understand.
Wait. Hang on, let me Google it.
So diegetic is when there's an element that exists both outside of the story, so like as part of the medium, and within the story itself. So like, for example,
Okay.
Undertale's save system is something that's like actively recognized and commented on by characters within the game. Like there's a point where like Undertale's Undertale's like 10 years old at this point. I think I don't have to worry about spoiling it.
Yeah, you can go for it.
Like Flowey destroys your save file, and then he uses it to literally reload. He uses it to reload your save to put you back in the path of his attacks. Like that's when something's diegetic to the game.
Okay.
Deltarune does somewhat of the same thing, where characters will actively comment on like UI elements and that sort of thing.
Okay. It's like a weird. It's like dramatic irony, except you actually know, or no, that like you know something and the characters also know something.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Have you played
Instead of
Deltarune?
only you knowing something? Sorry.
Have you played Undertale or Deltarune?
I played Undertale. I played the first half of Deltarune except for the secret boss.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely can understand what you're talking about.
I'm gonna send you a series of videos. They're long, so you don't have to watch them all.
Okay.
Like I'm sure I've mentioned it before. I'm the kind of person who will watch a 10-hour video essay if it's on a topic I'm interested in. It's not 10 hours.
give me
It's not
those.
10 hours, I promise, but it's probably about 6 in total across 3 videos.
Okay, well that's kind of my jam. I'm down for it.
About the device theory in Deltarune
Okay.
that comments on sort of how the games or theorizes about what elements are diegetic, because we know some elements are.
Okay.
So it theorizes about like what elements that we haven't seen be actively commented on could be diegetic. What do the actual diegetic elements mean for the story and world of the game? And then sort of like it culminates in like a really big theory that I think is honestly right on the nose. I don't know if it's actually right on the nose given that Deltarune is still in development, but I'll send you the videos.
Oh yes, please do. It'll give me an excuse to actually play through the second half of Deltarune.
For those of y'all who have not played Undertale, play it. For those of y'all who
Or
have
you
not
can
played,
watch Melody's playthrough.
oh yeah, I think it's mostly archived on my YouTube.
It is. It
Okay,
is.
yeah.
There's some audio missing at certain points, or like background audio missing, but that's okay.
Rip. That would
The
be.
only reason I know that was because I was literally like watching it to fall asleep the other night, but that's okay. That's beside the point.
Anyways, if you haven't played Deltarune, I understand not wanting to play an unfinished game. Chapters 3 and 4 are now actually confirmed to be released in 2025, though. So, if you're interested in it at all, play it. If you have played both and you're interested in theories, watch the device theory, the device theory series of videos by Molly Stars. I can also, I guess, link to those. Oh shit! My phone is ringing.
Uh-oh.
I think that's probably a sign that I should probably finish up streaming for tonight. Sorry.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, I should
It's
probably
okay.
wrap it up.
I gotta plan dinner, so it will be. I think it was fun. We saw a lot of cool games, and we got to talk about games that we like and things we want to see. So I think it was a very successful stream.
Yeah, it was a cool thing to do a watch along for, and I hope I'll be able to do one again next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by. I'm streaming 1,000 times resist, I think, tomorrow around the same time. I think 4 p.m. MST. That's 3
Yay.
PST or 6 EST for those of y'all in US time zones. For the rest of y'all, I don't know the math on time zones beyond the US. So but anyways, I'm streaming tomorrow around 4 p.m. MST, and hopefully I'll see you all then. Thank you all so much for
Yeah.
watching, and I'll see you next time.
It was lots of fun.
Bye.
Bye.